Hello. How's it going?
How's it going? Better today, a little better.
What was wrong the last few days?
What did you say? Hold on. Catching here.
What was wrong the last few days?
It's always the same things. It's fatigue, all these different loss of faculty. Hearing, seeing, walking. I've got some appointments coming up.
Yep.
Appointment with ENT. I have to make that, but he said I could make an appointment. That's kind of critical.
ENT is ears, nose, throat?
Yeah, he's the guy who did the surgery for my implant for hearing.
Oh, cool.
And I go back to him every time I have problems with drop attacks.
Oh, yeah.
And he recommended that I get a shot of, or several, of gentamicin, which is an antibiotic, and they inject it into the eardrum, into the inner ear. And it actually destroys, or partially destroys, depending on the dosage, the vestibular system. So I think the theory is that the drop attacks will go away completely. It's being triggered by the vestibular system, which is a little balance system, which is tiny cilia.
Oh, the hill, yeah.
Yeah?
It's like little hairs in your ear, right?
Yeah, the inside this labyrinth of bony labyrinth, those chambers, some of them have hairs that measure fluid movement.
Cool.
And it also has little crystals that move around, and those can get in the wrong place and cause dizziness, spells of vertigo. So, anyway, I've been reading up on the net on people who have had this. Some say it's very successful. Mostly it seems that they were successful. But it would mean I would be really probably in a worse shape for a period of weeks to months when I couldn't drive and might not be able to even get out of bed for a while. I mean, it could, depending on how it goes.
I can drive.
Yeah, we've been through that in a way already. Because I have the cochlear implant, it's not going to affect my hearing. This cochlear implant is defective, but I can kind of get by with it like I am with you now, with people, to some degree. It seems like it's a little better.
When do you go to the ENT doctor?
Well, I haven't made the appointment yet. He just gave me an email, through email. He said I could call up and make an appointment. I actually would prefer to see him after my ankle is in better shape. But if he wants to see me sooner, we'll see when the appointment is. It's worth talking about. I don't think I would get this gentamicin injection if I agree that it's a good plan to do it. I don't think I'd get it if my ankle isn't fixed. Keep doing exercises. It seems like it's kind of slowed down. And I don't like the works with the you call it? The walker, the rollator. I don't enjoy that. It's better than maybe falling. Too many times I'm close to falling all the time. That's not good. I use dogs, and this place has got really bad environment for protecting yourself from falls. I come in, losing my eyesight, I come in the house, it's too dark, and this big black dog is sitting right at the front. You know, it really helps if you have a bright white collar, not the thing he has. Does he have a collar?
He's got that harness. I can paint it white, or I can buy. He needs a new one. I could go buy one on Amazon, white one.
Or how about just a collar that was bright?
We might have one. We have the that choke chain, but he wears a harness every day.
Yeah, I know he does. He never wears just a collar like the other guys do.
We could get him. We can get him one, but the only collar that I know that we have is the choke chain.
Yeah, I know. I don't want him. That won't do me. I was just thinking, if he was a brighter color, I'm also opening the blinds more, because that will illuminate the room. But if I was outside doing gardening, I adjust to the brightness, and I come in. It happens to you too, but to me it's much more extreme. When I come in, it's a really dark place, and I have to be very careful I don't step on anything.
I'll give him.
Right.
I'll put a white collar on him. I'll do it. I'll write it down. I'll write it down so I don't forget. Get my
Just in general,
white collar.
I got a phone number for somebody who's supposed to give advice for people who are, they call low vision. And I'm getting to a point where I'm considered a candidate for low vision, meaning the macular degeneration is slowly getting worse, although it's not as bad as I thought it was. I think it hasn't changed that much. I mean, I noticed it mostly looking at the TV or the computer, the new computer or the old computer. If it's white background, I can't read the computer very well. I have to have a black background with white letters.
How is that new computer?
I don't know, so far, I haven't spent any time on it. Also, I don't know where to get pirated software and stuff. There used to be places you could get stuff like that. I don't know where Ryan gets those things now. I think they short circuit a lot of that. It's not as easy to do. I can't get pirated books as easily. You can get them if they've been around for a while, but I can't get newly issued books, which is frustrating. I used to really enjoy those.
Will you use that torrent scan or torrent ice? What torrent thing do you use?
Well, we use that site for like movies and stuff called IP Torrent.
IP torrent, yeah.
Yeah, and then I still use it mostly just for the Bill Maher show on Saturday morning. Download that, stay up with stuff. The news basically news comedy. But they don't have software. They used to have a category on there that's software. You can't get illegal software through that anymore.
Oh, really?
I don't know where you get illegal software now. I'm sure Ryan has sites somewhere. I don't know.
Pirate Bay. I can get it off there.
Is that
You just go onto Google, type Pirate Bay.
well, does that open you up to a lot of malicious stuff coming on you.
Not really. You look on the side. I can show you it, but as long as the selections are at the top, they're close to the top, they should be fine. If you go down towards the bottoms, they get more suspicious.
We also used to get complaints from Comcast, and now we've got AT&T. I think you still got complaints. I'd be cautious of that. I'll have to run at some point. It's not urgent. There's a few things I want to. The whole thing of buying that computer, it's only because my other one was so slow and crappy. But I don't use it very much. I'm hoping to stimulate my brain a little bit, using it, learn more about, all this stuff that isn't obvious, and link it up to the Apple device through the cloud. You can edit the cloud there. And I was thinking it could be useful for Zoom and things like that, so it has a camera. And it has video sound, but I can't hear sound.
Well, have you heard from Mom lately?
What's that?
Have you heard from Mom lately?
Well, she's still pissed off about you.
Really? Still?
When you come over, when Ryan came over on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
You saw him on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So he was in as her. He could pick her up and bring her over. Oh, no. She won't come over here until you're in therapy.
Therapy.
And I told Ryan that would only make sense if you personally were anxious that you really thought therapy was going to benefit you, and you had a way of paying for the thing, and you could find a therapist. Anyway, I'm just saying, since you have ruled that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
I've been to many therapists. They never help. Like
I agree with you. The point I was trying to make was you've got to be anxious yourself.
right.
You have to have a goal. You have to say, I want therapy to deal with this particular issue, the problem, and then you find somebody who you can trust, and then it can work. But basically, if somebody puts a gun to your head, if your mom is saying, well, John, you've got all the power, you can force John to do this. So you can't put a gun to either a grown man, you can't force him to go to a therapist. It will do no good there. I've done that myself, when we were kids, my mom sent all the children off to a therapist, child psychologist, and Beverly Hills. It was very expensive.
Yeah.
And later when we reached maturity, grew up, we all said, what did you think of Dr. Mender? Oh, I just lied. I never said anything to her that mattered. We all sort of just, we didn't enjoy it. It wasn't so good for us. And the same for me. I just felt kind of guilty going there. I thought, if somebody's forcing me to do it, it's never going to make any good. Also, we're young, so you've got to be older. But anyway, no, forget that. But meanwhile, she's got in on this, and she will not come here, not communicate, doesn't want me to come over there, doesn't want to see you and us. It's between you and her, but,
Whenever I see her, she's always fighting with me. So if she doesn't want to come over here, it's fine with me.
Well, it's basically what I'm saying. It's in your court. This whole thing about she's cutting us off from her presence. It's all on you.
I've been to a lot of therapists. If anything, they make me worse. It's a lot of driving. It's a lot of time. And they just want you to keep coming back because they want money. But basically, my problems are just I'm shy. I've always been shy. I'm scared of people. It's just, I think just doing Zoom chats will basically fight that a little. But that's about the only benefit there. But my psychological problems are just sadness about aging and death, which nobody can do anything about those. And then just there's lack of jobs and lack of girlfriends, mostly related to aging and lack of jobs. So unless they can fix those problems, that's my problem. Like there's no other.
The only, and you're right, it's a lot of money, and I would not put up that kind of money.
This is.
I have scarcity of money.
It's not useful. I've been to a lot of therapists; they're not good. And if anything, they prescribe you some kind of drug, which makes everything worse. I don't want to take any medication. I've been to doctors. They've never diagnosed me with some sort of condition. I'm a little nervous about people, like kind of typical nerdy stuff. But other than that, there's nothing really wrong with me.
Well,
I have bad auditory processing. It's hard for me to. I'm kind of freaked out all the time, and it's hard for me to remember stuff the first time. But
and I don't know. ADHD runs in the family. I feel pretty clear that your mom and Ryan both have different degrees of it.
Yeah.
Hers is very much like yours. But she meditates it with lots of coffee and Diet Pepsi, stimulant, and chocolate, lots of chocolate. That's how she's in social interaction.
Do you still eat chocolate?
I don't eat chocolate. I have those little
Dunkers.
Dunkers that I ration in very small amount, almost none. I'm trying to keep the coffee down too, but I find that coffee, I think it's because my heart is a little weak and I need a little stimulation. With Meniere's disease, you're not supposed to have chocolate and caffeine and as well as salt, but my Meniere's, I think, has actually changed. I don't notice the effects that much. If I have coffee, I've never had. I used to feel the effect of it. I tried not to have it in the afternoon, but now it seems like it doesn't have that big of an effect on me.
If you're looking for like neurological stimulation, I'm looking for that too. Gemini or ChatGPT is really good because it's like you can read, you can learn about any subject, but then you can ask for clarification on stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's really great for
Claude.
Claude, I'll try. What's the difference?
Claude seems especially good with medical things that I've got really great answers, much better than ChatGPT or there's another one I use called Perplexity. But I really recommend Claude.
Okay.
It's an app you can download free, and it doesn't allow you to do many follow-up questions, and it doesn't seem like it's trying to push you to buy something or, you know.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, almost embarrassing to me. It sounds like they're trying to figure out how do we make some money out of this? How do we get some money out of our people who are asking us questions? Or at the end, it keeps pushing things. And I thought, well, that's kind of sleazy.
Yeah. Gemini's good. I find ChatGPT's a little, they're always trying to get money, but Gemini, very easy, free program. And it's Google, so it's kind of good.
DeepSeek?
No.
That's the Chinese.
Oh, yeah.
I downloaded it, never used it. There's one called Perplexity I tried. It was pretty good. Claude is the one that has the best language, the most, the information is quite good. And the questions I put to it are medical, and they're quite good. I praised them. I said, boy, That's excellent, excellent. And they said, well, thank you.
What's Trump doing? Is Trump is he doing more bad stuff, or is he doing better? You're always following the Trump stuff, but I don't know.
Trump is a horror story, really. It's much worse than the first term. Much worse.
Did he back out of the? He did like tariffs on China, but then he kind of like backed out because the stocks went down, right?
Well, because I think, yeah, and I think everybody is, in terms of business and all the countries and everybody giving him advice is telling him the same thing, which is tariffs are bad for the economy. Free trade is much better. And not only that, the way he's going after really horrible attacks on universities, legal profession, anything that's charitable or has a good motive, or does good to people, he's against.
He canceled NPR's funding, right?
Oh, he's talking about that, yeah. And that bothers me. Not that they're perfect, but, they make an effort to be very neutral and factual, informative. Yeah, they can have a bias, but I just ignore that.
I like NPR. The radio would be a lot more boring without NPR.
Yeah, I mean, some places it's the only thing that has any intelligence that's on the air. If you go to a lot of parts of the country, the public radio stations are vital. In the Bay Area, there's lots and lots of other alternatives. But I don't know. So the way, millions of people are going to die due to the pulling of
healthcare
vaccines and the PEPFAR program, and it's just horrible what he's doing.
Millions?
Yes, actual millions. People who are fighting AIDS, people who are fighting malaria, Bill Gates was on television the other day talking about this. It's currently large numbers of people.
There's only
300 children will die.
There's like 350 million in America, right?
Yeah.
So millions. Like
millions in the world. These are people in undeveloped countries.
Oh right, he's cutting. You're talking about the foreign aid thing that he's cutting. Oh okay, yeah.
Yes. Also, he wants to get rid of FEMA, which when you have disasters. I mean, anything that seems like government doing stuff for people. The only thing he won't attack because he knows it's politically deadly is Social Security, Medicare. But Medicaid, and I mentioned this to you, you're going to lose your health insurance, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to happen. Your prime says
it. I heard that if they don't reduce like the deficit or something like that, there could be like a really bad economic collapse where America could get like Venezuela or something like that.
Well, we do have to get the budget closer to balance. We do have to reduce the annual deficit, because that does build up, or we're developing this very large national debt that drains us of money because the interest rate has gone up on it. There used to be almost no interest on it through about free money, but now the interest has gone up, and so it actually, it's a lot of money. It's close to the size of the defense budget every year.
Is it? Is it really? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So we need to do that, and we have to stop giving this stuff away, especially tax cuts to everybody. All these, that sort of, both parties have done this. They try to offer these freebies to people in terms of tax cuts or
Is it? Is it really dire though? Like, is it like if we Elon Musk or one of those guys was saying that like if they don't drop the debt down by a lot, the dollar could crash or something like that. Like there could be some sort of.
It's mostly, you don't want it to get, we're taking over larger and larger parts of the annual expenditures. We have to keep spending so much on interest on debt. The other thing is that we get a great advantage that the American debt is in the form of treasury bills. It's held by people around the world as the safest thing you can put your money into. And it kind of got shaken by Trump with his crazy policies, his tariff system. People were afraid that the U.S. was not going to have the most reliable treasury bills anymore. That's what a lot of this cryptocurrency fascination is deeply down. It's the there used to be people called gold bugs who had to hold gold. The one thing they thought was real money was gold.
Oh yeah, you still hear about.
You see ads for those guys on TV.
Yeah.
And then you hear it on the radio, gold, gold, gold. Well, that's BS. Gold has not had that position in the finance world since Richard Nixon. And anyway, now those same doubters who think the dollar, because it's a paper money, it doesn't have anything real to it. Those people have now moved over to cryptocurrency, and they think some of cryptocurrency is real, and it doesn't have the government involved, so therefore you should invest in this. Well, cryptocurrency truly is make-believe. Money is always a matter of trust. So I think it's important to keep the U.S. dollar a trustworthy investment. The whole world runs on dollars, and a lot of countries have tried just switching their currency, and they had inflation problems. They switch it to use U.S. dollars instead. They've done that to try to get a stable currency. So the stability of the dollar is critical. And Trump is trying to fucking that out if he keeps doing what he's doing. So we do need to. The problem is, with a democracy, the way to balance the budget is you either lower expenditures or raise revenue. And nobody is willing to have the courage to say raise revenue, except the Democrats do when they point their fingers at the billionaires and say, well, it's just tax those guys.
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of billionaires, but there aren't that many. We should tax them a lot more. After World War II, we had very steep progressive taxes, and people paid enormous amount of tax relief when their income went very high. I think we should have something like that. Not that bad, but we should tax the wealthy more than we're doing.
Do you know?
But we should also bring in the further, and we should cut some expenses. It's just that Elon Musk doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He cuts things out that are vital. So, anyway, it's a big struggle.
This thing's going to time out soon, but do you know, I wasn't following the news, but on the news I saw like a week ago, but I haven't seen it since, Pakistan was fighting with India. Are they chilling out? Are they kind of having peace?
Well, they announced a truce. Trump claimed that he had got them to sign on the truce, but they keep violating the truce. So I don't know if that's going to hold. We don't want them fighting because they're both nuclear powers.
Right. I never knew that Pakistan and Bangladesh and Kashmir were all part of India in 1947, and then they just kind of. I guess Kashmir is kind of like a disputed zone that's part China. Right. Yeah, I never knew that. I never even knew that.
And Bangladesh was called East Pakistan.
Yeah.
And then they decided they didn't want to be separated like that, and they had their own. They made their own country. Yeah. So the Paks split up.
And the primary difference is Pakistan is Muslim and India is Hindu, right? That's like the main.
Right.
Yeah, so they're fighting.
And Kashmir was kind of mixed, and it was a very pretty, mountainous region, and both sides have been fighting over it ever since the countries got independence.
Huh, well, it's good. There's no more. They have a peace for now. This thing's gonna time out, but I want to just. I'm trying to do more Zoom chat, so we can do another Zoom chat in a later. But yeah.
Okay.
Later. Thanks. Dude, nobody's listening, right? Just for the record, I'm so fucking tense and awkward. I should do Zoom chats because, man, if I don't arrange time to talk with my dad, I won't talk to a human for like a week or something. There'll be no human interaction. So I gotta make this a habit. I want to do. Nobody cares, but just for the record, I want to do one Zoom chat per day, or at least a Zoom chat or some kind of improv acting, like I don't know, like 3 days a week, and I should just talk with my brother or anybody out there. If anybody's out there, if you ever want to do a Zoom chat for 30 minutes, I'll talk. I just want to practice active listening and just looking at a human, because I'm so tense that I'm sitting at a human and I get so neurotic, and I have to just learn to just listen to people and follow what they say and not like fret about my nose or some shit. Anyway, it's gonna take. If I don't do it, I'll get too like weird around people. Anyway, is anybody out there? If anybody's out there, if you want to do a Zoom chat, I'll talk to you. I'll just ask you questions. It doesn't even matter what we talk about. I won't say anything weird, but I'm trying to practice just listening to a human. Just listening to a human. Nobody cares. Just record. My dad wants me to go to therapy, or my mom wants me to go to therapy. But I've been to therapists, and there's really nothing useful about them. You have to do a lot of driving. They're gonna probably try to prescribe me some drugs. I know my problems. But the one beneficial thing about going to a therapist is just listening to a human and looking at them and trying to just follow what they're saying. That's good for me to do. So anyway, if you want to chat, I'll try not to be too weird. Sean Patrick Richards ArtStation.com. Or I'm sorry, that's not Sean Patrick Richards 415 at gmail.com. See, I'm all traumatized. I'm traumatized just from 25-30 minutes looking at my dad. I feel like a cat in water, and so it never goes away. I always feel anxious around people. Again, therapists can't really help me. They'll just prescribe me benzodiazepines or something, and then I'm even worse. And so I'm just a nerdy person. Like, nerdy people are typically like tense, scared of eye contact and stuff, and so it never goes away. But it'll be better if I practice it once in a while. Anyway, if anybody wants to chat, you can email me. If anybody's out there, if you want to do improv acting, I'd love to do improv acting, because like improv acting is basically chatting, but instead of just talking about like the news or something like that, you can just talk about anything. You can just, nobody's out there, right? but I keep thinking they're going to do that in the future. Is like, why have like a dialogue that has to be rooted in real life? Why can't you just be like, hey, how's it going? I'm Priscilla. Oh, hey, Priscilla. I noticed you got a little fly on your nose. Oh, right there. There, I got it for you. Oh, how dare you touch my nose? Would you like to meet my son? Hey, old man, how you doing? Fuck you. I'm not that old. You show respect to your elders. Okay. Hey, Black Bart. Yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. Nobody's listening, right? You could have it. I'll do like a normal conversation where we just talk like normal people, but I don't really talk. I'm trying to practice active listening. Or if you want to do improv acting with or without filters, that would be cool. Nobody's out there, right? If you're out there, this is what am I doing? Snap camera. If you type snap camera 2024 and go to this guy with the clown face, nobody's gonna do this.
Make your browser.
Snap camera, as we all know it, is...
This guy explains, and he gives these little links about how to, in the description, it explains how to get Snap Camera working. So if you can get this program, Snap Camera, we can play improv costume acting things, and nobody really wants to do that. But if you want to do that, that would be cool. We could do improv acting without filters, or we can just do a chat. Anyway, nobody's out there, right? I'm so retarded socially, but there's a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I tried to read it to become less socially awkward. But in the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, they talk about this guy who says he's like, I want to play basketball. I wish everybody would play basketball. You guys should go get a new basketball and come and play basketball. I want to play basketball. And he says, who cares what you want, Sean? Don't you know people are interested in what they want? So whatever you want. If somebody's watching this, if you want to do a Zoom chat just without filters, cool. But if you want to do improv acting, that would be cool. Or if you want to just not talk with me at all, that's also cool. Have a good day.